The following segment is sponsored by GILMAN Bedigian.
You know, it's really unfortunate that residents are having to resort to lawsuits to get DPW, the city's highest budgeted agency, to perform their most routine functions.
Continuing coverage this morning, Baltimore's Department of Public Works is facing a pair of lawsuits over rolled back recycling pickup. This latest filing from frustrated city residents takes aims at the mayor's Clean Core program. Now, the group of residents calls themselves Concerned Citizens of Baltimore, and they say the city is in violation of the city code, and as a result, they now face health hazards and rodent infestations. Attorney Charles Gilman with Gilman Bedigian joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Patrice.
All right, so let's break down the two different lawsuits happening here. One of them takes aim at the recycling schedule. In the city code, they're saying that it says the director of public works should provide for the collection of mixed refuse once a week and the collection of recyclable materials once a week. But right now it's happening every 2 weeks. So do they have a legitimate legal argument?
Yes, they do. They've actually filed a writ of mandamus, which is a process. It's like, it is a lawsuit, but it's a little bit more specific. And what they're asking in the writ is that the court order Baltimore City to pick up the recycling once a week as it's required to do by law in the city code, which the city council created. So I think the likelihood of success in that litigation is that the residents should prevail.
The city is saying that we don't have the people to do that because of COVID. We just don't have the staffing. So is the judge going to say figure it out?
I think the judge will say figure it out. You have a statute here. You have to adhere to it. And if you can't, then amend the statute. But I think the problem with amending the statutes, it goes back to the problem we're having now, is there's too much refuse out there. And look, it parlays into our next discussion about the Clean Neighborhood Initiative. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the city, like we just heard, the Department of Public Works is one of the highest funded departments in the whole city. They allegedly can't find people to work, but yet the Clean Initiative can find people to work. What are they doing differently to find people to pick up trash in 15 neighborhoods that the city's not doing to find people to pick up throughout the entire city?
And that's one of the issues that the residents are having. You mentioned the 15 neighborhoods, and the residents are saying, hey, if this Clean Core program is concentrated on just these specific communities, what about all the other communities that aren't receiving that attention, but city dollars went to this program?
Well, I think it's absolutely inherently unfair. And that is why there is this litigation, and I think the residents are going to be successful. The city's talking out of both sides of their mouth. We can't find people to work, but if we do it through an initiative, we can. So what is the difference, and why should certain neighborhoods suffer over other neighborhoods? So I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm kind of curious to see if the litigation stays in Baltimore City, because the Baltimore City judges who might be ruling in this may be impacted by it. So maybe it gets transferred to a different venue.
Oh, that's an interesting point there. All right. Charles, thank you.
Thank you, Patrice.